for Triangle Strategy, what might hopefully be the last episode of the second run of Triangle Strategy for that matter. Last time, well actually in between episodes I mean, because in between episodes and slash last time, I did the whole chapter with the mines and the rail things again and made it through that. Somehow I had a bit more trouble this time around than the first time around. I have no idea why or how, but those bombs came really close to exploding on this run. But somehow we made it through that battle, and we got a couple units to level 50. Then after that, I did some grinding and got some more units to level 50, and I also grinded some money. Not a lot, but you know, I'm guessing enough for now, hopefully. Unfortunately, I did find out that apparently characters don't have a unique piece of text or dialogue or whatever after they reach level 50. It's just a regular, like, level up dialogue, like Lionel is like, oh ho ho ho, something something. Or I think he just laughs whenever he levels up. But yeah, so that's unfortunate, but we got a couple units to level 50 now. Now, what happened plot-wise last episode? I think last episode... Actually, let me just take a look at the tree, because I have no idea. I have no idea what was the last thing we recorded. Oh yeah, last episode was the one where we battled Patriot. I forgot. I can't believe I completely forgot about that. Oh, okay, so that's how that works. Okay, so in case you didn't know by now, which is kind of wild if you didn't know by now, Chapter 15 has 3 paths that you can take. Go with Benedict, go with Roland, or go with Frederica. Each one of the paths unlocks one of 4 potential recruits for a route, basically. Unless you take the Benedict path, because the Benedict path has the chance of going to the Golden Route. The other 2 don't. But anyways, each one of these paths has a chance of recruiting you one of 4 recruitable characters. Cordelia from Roland's chapter, Milo from Benedict's chapter, and Frederica has a chance of either getting Trish or her dad. And I guess they make a split decision there, because I was wondering how exactly that worked, how you recruit one or the other. I still don't know how it works, but it seems there's a split decision. We're gonna have to find out on our next run what the split decision is, but that's good to know. But anyways, we ended up killing Patriot, and the people still hate and slash are scared of Roland. So you know, Roland's being emotionally distraught and in a pretty bad situation, if I'm being honest, despite all the hate I give him, has decided to turn in Glenbrook to Hyacinth, just like in the first run. That's what happened last time. I don't think we found out anything really new last chapter, aside from, you know, what we already knew, that Patriot is a complete and total jerk. But it was an interesting chapter, to say the least. It was also interesting to battle on the like destroyed castle, but it was a tough battle. Didn't I make like 5 attempts at that battle and struggled terribly so to defeat all the enemies? Well, good news is we never have to worry about that ever again. Anyways, that's all that happened last episode. Let me show you the party real quick. Look at that. Look at how many characters we got to level 50 now. These are the only guys left that I had to level up to level 50 that I didn't, just because I couldn't be bothered anymore to grind. And also because I hate grinding Giovanna. She's so annoying to level up. Grinding Giovanna has made me realize how much she sucks. I think I already said this last episode, but Giovanna is easily the worst unit in this whole game. Literally useless. Literally does nothing for the team. No damage, no heals, needs terrain to use any of her abilities, and even then, there's like risk of damaging herself or, you know, getting caught by enemies. She's fragile as it comes. Your character story better be worth it, because if it isn't, I'm gonna be so disappointed in you, Giovanna. I know you apparently wrote a book in S-Frost, but that's all we know about you right now, and that you love stones and terrain or whatever. By the way, in between episodes, I decided to try and unlock, these characters right here, character story, by just deploying them on the easiest battle available and deploying them at least 15 times to, you know, guarantee at least 1 character story for each one. So we're gonna start off the episode with some character stories. Hopefully they don't take too long to finish, and hopefully we can actually finish this route we're doing right now, this chapter, and, you know, start on the next route now, because we still got a long way to go before we actually finish the game. Before I forget, I need to go to the encampment and talk to Cordelia, because I kind of had to end last episode abruptly. I forgot about that. Sorry, you guys. My recording session ran out immediately, so I just abruptly ended it without even doing a recap or anything. And I didn't even get a chance to talk to Cordelia and see her dialogue in here. I cannot thank you enough for retaking Glenbrook, Lord Serenoa. We've endured so much of late. but I have decided to fight and will no longer waver. You have my support on the battlefield. I feel more confident of late in my ability to heal the wounded. I've heard some soldiers refer to me as the Prayer Master. Oh. Wait, is that because we promoted her? I pray I can one day grow into that title with grace. Because I'm pretty sure that's her promotion title, right? I have made a solemn vow to be an unerring servant of the people, no matter the outcome of the war. My dear brother Roland is alive, and I am alone no longer. 'Tis enough to raise my spirits amid all this gloom. Now that war has visited the crowned city, neither the kingdom or the people shall ever be the same. Indeed, it has changed me too. Oh, I really hope we didn't miss any, promotion dialogue from our party members now because of that. Rudolph speaks of his past as he walks with Anna. This should be interesting.
Please, good sir, toss us a spare coin.
A beggar.
Cast off from me as frosty mine, no doubt. Focus, Rudolph. There is work to be done.
Many thanks, sir. May your good deed be returned tenfold.
Apologies for that, ma'am. On we go.
This war has forced so many into poverty. Everyone looks a bit more downtrodden these days. Is everything all right? You seem miles away.
Just thinking of the past is all.
You've made your last run, smuggler scum!
Damn it all! Looks like I'm done for.
You're under arrest for the illegal transportation and distribution of salt.
Please, you've got to let me go. I beg you. My little brother needs me. He'll die if you don't. He's sick and...
A likely story. What a pity, then, that you chose to betray your country rather than support him through honest means. Throw him in a cell so he can contemplate the consequences of his crimes.
No! Get your hands off me! You gotta let me go! I got to smuggling salt so I could afford medicine for my brother. We could barely put food on the table, let alone find money for medicine. I know it ain't right, but what choice did I have? He died while I was locked up. I broke my promise to him.
I had no idea.
It's not anything to do with you anyhow. Let's get back to work.
Nice and sad. Just like the good old days when we started the episodes with sad character stories. I'm getting real good flashbacks right now. Though the Crown City has been freed from Mesros's clutches, the citizens continue to denounce Cordelia. Wait, I'm on chapter 17 and I still haven't unlocked Rudolph's second character story? How many times do I have to deploy you, Rudolph? Come on, don't pull an on me. I didn't get to unlock Anna's character story until near the last chapter of the Golden Route. Don't do this to me, Rudolph. Come on, I can't use you that much. I've already deployed you 20 times. I really hope his character story is just I don't know, maybe chapter locked or something. Just please don't make me deploy him more. Sorry, okay, back to what we were doing. Though the Crown City has been freed from Mesros's clutches, the citizens continue to denounce Cordelia. Oh, I'm sure they do. Poor Cordelia. One of the few royal family members that didn't do anything too bad.
At last. Glenbrook is ours once more. We could not have done this without you, Huette. I cannot thank you enough for all you've done in service of the crown.
I can take no credit. 'Twas all the efforts of Prince Roland and Lord Serenoa. And of course, your loyal subjects who have no doubt longed for your return.
Have they indeed? Can you hear them, Huet? My beloved, loyal subjects speak.
Show yourself, Cordelia! You traitor! Foul puppet of a princess!
Damned witch! Lord Landroy's blood is on your hands!
If that bastard Roland was alive, why didn't he show his face sooner?
Lord Landroy gave his life for the crown! And you repay him with treachery and cowardice?
It seems they would just as soon have my head. And Roland's, for that matter.
I was not expecting to hear about Landroy this late into the story. And in a character story, no less. I completely forgot about him again, I think. Interesting.
What in the name of... I'll disperse them at once.
I cannot stop you. But you should know they speak truth.
During the Frosty occupation.
Well, have you made up your mind?
You ask as if I ever had a choice.
How perceptive of you. Perhaps our little talk will not take so much time after all. I want you to declare to your people that the former kingdom of Glenbrook is now under Frosty rule. They must hear it from you if they are to accept this new reality. If, however, you refuse, well, who can say what will become of us? House Fawkes, loyal as they are to the crown, might erupt into open revolt. They are a fearsome lot, indeed. They would rain hellfire upon the castle. No doubt you can imagine what this would entail.
Had I refused to go through with the Archduke's plot, our kingdom would have been drowned in an ocean of blood.
I understand your pain, Your Highness. I know how hard you fought to survive. It is clear that the people, however, do not. They only see a pawn, a puppet, a traitor. This pains me.
I cannot deny their words. But I cannot allow this chasm between the people and the royal family to deepen any further. 'Tis a new era for Glenbrook. But our optimism must not blind us to the fissures beneath our feet. Else in time they will swallow us whole. I would heal these wounds properly, though I'm not sure I know how.
This era of Glenbrook isn't gonna last long, that's for sure. Thanks to Roland. Okay, so I unlocked Cordelia's second character story, but not Rudolph. What the heck, Rudolph? The spirit of our people has been broken. I see now that there was so much more I could have done to save them from this fate. Father built this kingdom, and Franny laid down his life to protect it. I'm not sure about that. Franny just walked in on his death is what he did. Now I must rise to the occasion as well. We have lost so much in this fight, but I will do all in my power to see Glenbrook restored to its former glory. Quahog has the ability to see through time, but his visions are not always happy ones. I wonder if Lila can also see through time or whatever.
So you can peer through time. How did you come to possess such a power?
I cannot say. I've been having these visions for as long as I can remember.
Were I able to see the future like you, I could be of more use to House Wolfort.
It isn't all good, you know. Sometimes you see things you wish you hadn't. I saw myself being abandoned by my mother.
Oh. So does he know who his mother is?
He is in your hands now.
Oh my god.
Here is the money we agreed upon. Take this, too.
They couldn't make it any clearer. Who's the dad, though?
Thank you for your generosity. I shall take good care of him.
You shall speak of this to no one. Make sure he wants for nothing. I will return for you one day, Quahog. Until that time, be good.
Why, though? Was she trying to protect them from the Saintly Seven somehow?
And then the vision ends. Whenever I think of my mother, I always see that woman. I don't understand it at all, but I know that lady is my mother. She promised she would return, but she never came back. I've asked the villagers what my mother gave them, but they claim to have received nothing. I know I saw it, though.
Have you had visions of your mother since?
No. She left me after all. Oh, Mother. Why? And where are you now?
Quahog.
Quahog should spend some time with Piccoletta. I feel like they get along. I just realized I forgot to talk to Rudolph the last time I came into the encampment. Where's Quahog? Let's talk to him first. I feel myself getting stronger lately. The other day, my heart whispered the word Time Speaker to me. Oh, I'm sure there's some meaning to it, but until it reveals itself to me, I will hold fast to that word. Isn't that his class? Yeah, he's a Time Speaker. Wait, come on. Tell me all of you guys still have your dialogue. Lately it feels like changing my way of thinking about my grandfather's magic has changed me. Some of the soldiers have started calling me Spellmaster on the field. Oh, there we go. It's a little embarrassing, to be honest. Aw. But I can tell I'm stronger, and it's all thanks to you, Lord Serenoa. Aw. Oh, okay, this one's pretty long. There's a million things I have left to learn, but it all starts with a single step. Won't let you down. Aw. Do you say anything, Avlora? It is strange. I have never felt more determined, yet my heart is calm. And for some reason, I see the world around me clearer than ever. It seems I have finally earned the privilege of calling myself a great general. Doubtful I would have grown this strong had I not been by your side, Lord Serenoa. There seems to be those calling me the Vine Spear these days. I must admit, I feel better now than ever, both in mind and body. I am sure I can be of even more use to you now, my lord. I am more than willing to lead the vanguard, should you ask it of me. Oh, this makes me sad. That means I missed out on Hosavara's unique dialogue for promotion, right? That's unfortunate. Okay, what do you have to say, Piccoletta? Lord Serenoa, I'm so glad you're here. The food is so tasty, you should have some. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I never promoted Piccoletta. Sorry, that's hilarious. Oh, I never promoted Gens either. Okay, so I didn't miss out on their dialogue at least. I have experienced much since joining House Wolford. My capabilities now qualify me as a master advisor, if I do say so myself. I owe you a depth of gratitude. Never would I have grown so strong without you. I am so glad I joined House Wolford. My dancing has never been better. Now I can steal any show as a master dancer. Next time we're alone, I'll treat you to an extra special routine. There's that look of absolute horror on your face again. You never cease to amuse me, my lord. I love her so much. I wish I could do a better impression of her. I did miss out on Lionel's dialogue, though. I am steadily growing accustomed to my life with House Wolford. If there's anything else you need from me, do not hesitate to ask. Wait, what? Okay, the 4 units I didn't promote are these guys. Does that mean I talked to Isana one time and just completely forgot? I guess that's it. Hey, Rudolph. Did I promote you? I think I promoted him. Seems the bow still had more to teach me, though I believe this was its last lesson. I've earned the right to call myself a bowmaster, and I'll not let anyone else tell me otherwise. If they do, I'll be happy to prove them wrong. If they do, I'll be happy to prove them wrong out on the battlefield. I'll be the one to fell more enemies than they can count. Glad to see ye can hold your own in a fight. Gives me another reason to keep training and stay sharp. Whenever I'm around Anna, I end up saying too much. Wonder why? If this is how good it feels to earn an honest wage, I wish I'd been placed in your service sooner. The knife your blacksmith forged helped me create a new compound. I've named it the Celestial Salve. Oh, they get unique dialogue for their ultimate too. Oh, that's cool. I'll be able to heal multiple people at once with it. This is thrilling. Impeccable timing, my lord. I have something to report. I have attained the status of Medicine Master. I aim to keep my word and see that everyone here is in good health. If ever you feel ill, see me right away. Aw, that's cool and cute. It seems there are people who have taken to call me the Divine Fist these days. A waste of a fancy title if you ask this old crone. But now that I think about it, my techniques hit harder now than ever before. Perhaps I am like fine wine, only getting better with age. Ho 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 ho. My lord, my continued experience on the battlefield has proven invaluable to my research. In fact, I believe it has led me to unlock the true power and potential of my ice magic. I have thereby attained Ice Master status. Alas, there's no end to scholarly pursuits. My work continues unabated. I've grown accustomed to your command, my lord. I cannot help but notice some have taken to calling me the Wing Guard on account of my eagerness to protect the Vanguard. Though a new title changes little in ways of my duties, I shall continue to serve you as I always have. Well, that's everyone I can talk to. Let's continue the character story train, I guess. Oh Lord, Giovanna. Please tell me your character story is good. Giovanna accompanies Huette on a mission, but gets distracted by a peculiar rock.
If it came to a battle, this might be the best place for us to make our encampment. What do you think, Giovanna?
What is a stone like that doing in a place like this?
Are you listening, Giovanna?
I'm so sorry, Huette. Did you say something?
I did, but you were too absorbed in the ground to hear it. Just what are you looking at?
This little pebble right here.
And why is that?
Well, you see, this one's not like the others. It isn't from this area. Which means it was carried here by the river.
But there's no river here.
Not now there isn't, but a long time ago there was. Just like any living thing, the mountains, rivers, and forests change over time. And this pebble here is a witness to those transformations. It's difficult to put into words, but that's what this rock is telling me. That there was once a river here. It's so frustrating. What I wouldn't give to pore over those annals in the archives. What wonders I could learn were they not forbidden.
So how does knowing the changing of the land help us?
Help? Well... I suppose my research might not be that helpful in battle, after all. But it is helpful for anyone who wants to know more about this wonderful world we live in. That's why this pebble is more beautiful than the shiniest gem in all the realm. Or at least to me it is. Would it be okay for me to take this rock with us, Huette? I feel there's so much more it can tell us.
Certainly, if you are so attached to it. But you must promise to concentrate on our mission from now on.
I promise, Huette. Could you hold on to this for me, Floogie?
Why did the ominous music come on? Hello? It's just Giovanna. Maybe Giovanna will give us more, whatchamacallit, archive lores. Hopefully she does. That's the only good thing I see right now. I hope I'm making myself useful to House Wolford. You'll let me know if I'm a burden, won't you? Oh, you're a burden, Giovanna. You're a very big burden, sorry. Even a war is not but a speck in the lifespan of Norcelia. Flugy and I are friends now. He coos so happily when I pet him on the head. Wow, even your encampment dialogue is kind of boring. Let's do Decimal. Decimal wishes to do what he can to serve his master, Anna. I think this is this the last Decimal character story? I don't remember if I did his first character story.
Paperwork will be the death of me.
Might I be of some service to you, Anna?
Oh. No, thank you. I am fine for the moment.
Whatever you require, you need only ask Anna, Master.
Decimal?
I am sorry. I do not seem capable of calling you elsewise. Indeed, the only thing I am capable of is failure.
Don't speak of yourself like that. You are trying.
I bear dire news. The Vanguard is burning through supplies like wildfire. They won't last us much longer.
What? This risks leaving them stranded on the front lines. I must send a report to Benedict at once.
There is no cause for concern.
Isn't there?
You see, I made some calculations when I was assisting Master Eridor the other day, and I discovered then that the supplies were running dangerously low. So I suggested Master Eridor make arrangements for an emergency shipment.
And he did not think to inform me of this? Wait. You acted of your own volition? With no orders from anyone?
Oh, that's interesting.
I only wanted to be of some use. I made the calculations before I realized what had come over me. I apologize for acting so impetuously.
No. You did well.
I did?
It seems I misjudged your worth. That merchant did us a great favor. I will ask Lord Serenoa to find other tasks that might put your skills to use.
My thanks, Master.
Call me whatever you wish. I will take it as a mark of our fellowship. And I am glad to count you among my fellows, Decimal.
You honor me, Master. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
That was adorable. We didn't get more Lila lore, but I appreciate that. Just more cute Decimal moments. I can't believe I said that I hated Decimal the first time we had him. After using him for a while, I realized that he's a pretty good unit. And also, he's just so cute. Okay, what's going on, Cordelia? The people continue to condemn Cordelia, calling her the puppet princess, but she refuses to suffer in silence. Oh? Is she gonna fight back? Probably not. Probably just gonna say something, but let's see what it is. Oh yeah, she can heal. She's probably gonna save some people.
Princess Cordelia, are you here without so much as a single bodyguard?
Yes. Today I have come to speak with my people. Tell me true what troubles you.
Oh my, is that truly Cordelia?
What's that ass frosty pawn of a princess doing here?
How dare you besmirch Her Highness's good name! Say that again and you'll...
Let them speak their minds, Yuet. I'm here to provide, not to punish. Tell me what you need, plainly and honestly.
Might you spare some porridge? My poor child lies sick abed, hungry.
We have food enough for all. I shall send you some out at once, and a healer to you as well. Fear not. Your child should be back on her feet in due course.
Oh, thank you, Your Highness.
All the rumors said she was a traitorous puppet. Yet here she is, being kind and reasonable.
She's always been a champion of the people.
Your Highness, we beg you forgive us our slander.
They're no longer quite so restless.
During the Esfrosti occupation, I was sealed away inside the castle. I was but an ornament, perched on the castle balcony, unable to speak to you as I do now. It is no wonder you believed as you do. No one stood before you to tell you the truth.
Why are you facing Yuet while saying all of this? That's a bit... Why, though? It sounded like you were mad at Yuet.
Halt! Not one step closer!
Frost may have been driven off, but now you've sold us to the traitorous House Wolfforts!
Aye! Lord Landroy's blood stains your hands!
Our homes burned to the ground in the fighting. We'll take your head before you damn food!
Refugees from the Falk's domain.
I accept full responsibility. You have every right to hate me as you do.
What could she possibly owe you lot?
Take it up with Esfrost. They're the ones who invaded our kingdom in the first place.
The princess has fulfilled her duty. Alone, no less, with King Regna and Prince Franny gone.
She put the lives of her subjects above all else.
I'll not stand for anyone speaking ill of Her Highness. Not after she's pledged to save my child.
Everyone, please! Brave souls of House Falks, pray hear my words. I understand that you see not in me, but the enemy of your beloved Lord Landroy. I make no excuses for myself. Your lord loved this kingdom as much as anyone. Please understand that I love it too. Each and every one of us trod a path paved with pain and sorrow to arrive here today. But we must keep our eyes fixed upon a shared horizon, tempting though it may be to gaze upon the cracks in the path that divide us. I ask only that you keep your heads held high, and join me in striving to rebuild Glenbrook to be stronger than ever before. I swear to you that I will give all of myself in service to this kingdom. I will show this with my every action, for I know that my words hold little purchase with you now. Should you feel that I have wronged you in you, or lied to you once more, at that time you may have my head.
Your Highness!
Sounds like you mean it. If you'd go that far, I reckon I can give you one last chance. But mark my words, my blade shall claim you if you renege on what you've said today.
Isn't it kind of dumb to say that to her face while she has a bodyguard right next to her?
May it be so.
Most impressive, Your Highness. It would seem your words truly did reach the people's hearts. I can only hope this begins to heal the rift between the people and the royal family.
Even if it means speaking to every last one of my subjects in person, I shall see it done.
That was a pretty good character story. It kind of makes me wish that Cordelia had stayed queen instead of Roland, because I feel like she might have handled this situation a bit better than him. Anna searches for the letter left by Quahog's mother. Ooh, interesting.
Quahog?
Anna, I had a vision. I saw that you were investigating my past.
Nothing gets by you, it seems. I've been looking into the man your mother spoke to. I thought it would give us a clue to her identity.
Did you find anything?
I wished to ask him about the exchange myself, but it appears he went into hiding right after that. I did find a letter addressed to you in an abandoned house. I think your mother gave it to him.
Oh, that's cute. They gave him a little animation too.
My dearest Quahog,
Oh, she actually reads it. That's cool.
I would love nothing more than to see you again before this letter comes into your hands. No doubt this has been a difficult time for you, and I apologize for not explaining myself before I left. I did this to protect you from Idor. I could not bear to see him use you in his foul schemes. My beloved son, how I wish to see you again. But I cannot. Not yet. I swear I will return for you someday. Promise me that you will be a good boy until then.
I don't quite understand, but it sounds like she misses me.
Indeed it does.
Then that means she didn't abandon me out of hate. I was so scared. I thought she'd never come and I'd be alone forever.
You have nothing to be afraid of, Quahog.
Anna, I hope I can see my mother again someday.
Too bad you're gonna
And
see
you
her on the
will.
battlefield.
Really?
Once this war is over, your mother will have heard of your deeds and will come for you. You can ask her all about the circumstances then. You can tell her how upset you were. Have hope, Quahog. Believe in your heart that day will come.
I will. And when I finally see Mother, I'm going to hug her just like this and never ever let go.
Aww. That has to be one of the cutest character stories we've had so far. Aww. Okay, only one character story left then, and it's from her. Giovanna and Huette scout the land on a rainy night.
Wow, it's really coming down today. And we've been trekking through these mountains for hours now. My legs are killing me. I don't know how you do it, Huette.
Such complex terrain cannot be scouted from the sky alone. Not to mention our view from above would be obscured by the rain. So going on foot is our best option.
I understand. Being part of House Wolfort's army and out here with you, it's given me a renewed appreciation of the land. Cannot thank you enough, Huette.
It is Lord Serenoa who you should thank. And you can show your gratitude by helping me complete our mission as quickly as possible. The rain has washed away our foothold on these slopes, so we're behind schedule.
Please, wait, Huette. The clouds tell me the rain is unlikely to let up anytime soon, and there is a high chance of mudslides on the slopes ahead. So perhaps we should make our camp here for the day.
It sounds to me like you just want to take a break.
Not so. Given the groundwater and these conditions, the terrain is prone to collapse. Huette, this is my life's work. You must believe me.
Very well. If you insist, we can wait out the rain here for the day.
Thank you.
What a beautiful day.
Now, back to scouting.
You there! The road ahead's collapsed. You'll have to go around. It's awful up there. Some were even injured in the fall. They turned me away just now.
If we had continued yesterday, we could have died. Thank you, Giovanna. Your research saved my life.
I'm happy that analyzing all those stones wasn't for nothing.
So you know a lot about stones, do you? Why don't you take this? I found this strange little one over by the landslide.
This looks just like the stone you had when you collapsed.
It's the fossil of a snail, one that lives only in Hyzant, around the source.
But this came from inside the mountain.
It did indeed. It might sound preposterous, but I have a theory that a great sea of salt once covered all of Norzelia.
The entire realm?
As I said before, the mountains, rivers, and forests change over time, just like any living thing. Long, long ago, a giant sea of salt could have easily covered this place.
Given the state of the land today, that's difficult to believe. Do you think you could find records of it in the archives?
Perhaps. But this is something I wish to see with my own eyes. After all this scouting, I've realized that I need to explore the land myself if I'm to learn more about it. So I'm going to journey to every corner of Norzelia and uncover all its secrets.
Every corner of Norzelia? That's quite an undertaking.
When the war is over, might you take me there atop Flugi?
I suppose I do owe you my life. When the war is over, let's do just that.
Thank you, Huette. I could not be happier to call you friend.
Well, that's interesting. I was thinking maybe she would give us Centralia lore since, you know, she's interested in the land or whatever. But ocean lore also makes sense. That's pretty cool, I guess. Okay, let's just go to the encampment and talk to everyone real quick. The landslide the other day was such a tragedy. It pains me to think of what would have become of us if that happened on the battlefield. Guess what, Lord Serenoa? You had promised that we go explore every corner of Norzelia together once this war is over. The title of my next paper will be The Theory of a Greater Source. Everyone will be so surprised. I had a vision the other day. I saw a lot of people congratulating you, Serenoa. I'm sure this means something good is going to happen. That might be the Golden Root ending. Anna found my mother's letter. I always thought my mother hated me, but once this war is over, I want to go find my mother. I didn't see it in a vision, but I won't let that stop me. Master and I have a mark of fellowship. That is what she said. So it must be true. Whenever I acted without orders before, it always led to failure. This is the first time anyone has told me I did well. I am so happy. Master told me it is all right to call her Master. Now I can call her Master as much as I like. Master. 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 Adorable. I wonder what Father and Franny would say if they could see me now. Once they finished admonishing me for doing too much, I mean. The noble spirit of House Fox lives on in the hearts of our people. I must not disappoint them. It is my duty to speak directly to our people. You can neither see nor hear what they need from upon the castle balcony. Cordelia's a good queen. It would have been nice if we got more of her, without her being a puppet, I mean. Okay, we made it to that point. Here we go. Once again, House Wilford stands before three diverging paths. The time has come to lay their convictions bare before the scales and make their greatest decision yet. The story is approaching a turning point. It is recommended that you save your current progress. Proceed to save screen, sure. I already saved, but never hurts to have a double save.
You are certain Hyzan's army marched...
The boat we take today may well open a rift between us. Nevertheless, it must proceed, and I am prepared to accept its outcome. I just remembered. This means we're gonna lose Benedict and Frederica, right? They're not even level 50, I forgot. Why didn't I grind these three specifically? I should have known. I mean, it's not hard to get them to level 50, but you know. That means we're gonna start the next run with these two at level 49. To think King Roland, Lady Frederica, and Sir Benedict's commission would diverge so greatly after all this time. Just between you and me, Lord Serena, what do you make of their plans? I believe Benedict's plan to use Ezra's ideal of freedom to ascend to the top of Lower Norcelia. I think Roland intends to put his personal feelings aside to bring peace and equality to everyone. Yeah, sure. Just because we're doing this run, sure. I completely and totally agree with that. Not really. Even so, could that not be accomplished by his power as king alone? Even if it were for the sake of the people, I think offering up the kingdom itself would be too great a price to pay, you and me both. Between his duties as king, his own abilities, and his indelible grudges, Roland has long struggled to find balance between ideals and reality. And at the end of all his deliberation, he has decided that our kingdom is a befitting price to pay for a divine boon. Everyone's choices are deeply rooted in their convictions. It makes me wonder if they'll be able to abide by the Skull's decision. Lord Serenoa, it will fall to you to lead everyone down the right path. Of course, I wish for all of us to walk astride the same path as we always have. Lord Serenoa, I cannot help but feel that our greatest battle lies ahead, regardless of which path you choose. I know that this may not be the best time to say so, but my wife gave birth to our first child not a few days ago. Ooh. You're a father before a soldier. It is your duty to protect your own house before that of Wilford. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I thought it said something different. I will not force you to march with us. I ask only that you act according to your own convictions. We must pull together if we are to emerge victorious. I ask that you see us through this final battle. I'm gonna go with the top one. I'm not gonna have you fight for a hyacinth. Lord Serenoa, you would allow me to leave House Wilford at a time like this? But of course, before you do though, allow me to thank you for all you have done to our house. Sorry. I wish you and your family every happiness. Thank you, Lord Serenoa. It is an honor to call you my lord. Aw, that's cute. Hey, Frederica, I know I can't convince you, but let's talk. Only we can free the Roselle and expose the lie that has kept them in bondage these many years. However, we must move quickly while their gaze is fixed upon the salt crystals. I believe we can succeed. I hear your plea, yet I cannot help but wonder if you wish to act with too much haste.
But
I know not what I can do to prove to you that I have thought this through. I swear to you, this is no fit of... what? No fit of pique. Benedict's stratagem may also provide the chance to strike at Hyacinth. Would that not be enough? It also prolongs this war, and thus the immense suffering of my people. Even if we do prevail, you know as well as I that my brother is not a merciful man. He'll not spare so much as a thought for the weak. That much is true. The Roselle's plight would then be buried once more amid negotiations between the nations. Do you see? The time is now, and only we have the power to save them. Power we forfeit if we assent to Roland's plan.
I have decided.
His is the one vision for a future that I cannot abide. You and me both, Frederica. Perhaps my concerns seem narrow when all Norcelia is at stake, but I know you can save my brothers and sisters. I beg you, consider it. Frederica's resolve is steadfast. Your words have no power here, Serenoa. We must give Hyacinth the salt crystals, cow Esfrost, and unite all Norcelia in the name of the goddess. Else we will never know peace. The Roselle will continue to suffer, 'tis true, but this will end war as we know it, and countless more will live in peace as equals.
I have made my decision.
I will see this done not just for the people of Glenbrook, but for all Norcelia. Roland, you are the king. Surely cooperation with Hyacinth need not mean the forfeit of the kingdom.
I think not.
That is where you are wrong, my friend. My time on the throne has shown me that the people need a force more powerful powerful than any king to show them the way. There are many paths that lead us out of war, Roland, cooperating with Esros, for instance. End the war by allying with the very Archduke who set this in motion? No, cooperating with that tyrant ends in nothing. His avarice has brought only pain and suffering to this land.
Moreover,
if anyone understood the torturous path I've taken to arrive at this decision, I thought it would be you, Serenoa. Roland's resolve is steadfast. Your words have no power here, my lord. We share a common goal with Esros at the moment. It is incumbent, I'm guessing, upon us to seize that opportunity and rid Norzelia of Hyacinth for good. Indeed, the Salt Crystals make an alliance with Esros possible, but Roland would never assent to it. He feels the weight of the crown, underestimates his own abilities, and has allowed his hatred for Gustadolf to cloud his judgment. I sympathize, but those matters should have no bearing on the welfare of our house. Perhaps you are right, but then what of Frederica's vision? Do you concede that her plan concerns our house?
Quite impossible.
I concede nothing, for her strategy is out of the question. She asks us to forfeit all we have fought to build in this domain. How can I reasonably entertain such a proposition? And you'll brook no argument otherwise. None.
We must decide.
May I remind you that you are Lord of House Wolford. Your duty is to your people above all else.
I believe I've reached a decision.
This moment requires a dispassionate mind. I pray you have one. Very cold of you, Benedict, but understandable considering all the things you've done. Benedict's resolve is steadfast. Your words have no power here. Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. I am sure King Roland, Benedict, and Frederica have agonized over their proposals.
Well...
So now we must agonize over our own decisions. I stand with Roland, although I don't really want to. So you agree with King Roland? After we fought so bitterly to reclaim that which is ours, what leads you to give it away so freely? While I understand that it must have taken tremendous resolve to forfeit the kingdom, for the sake of the people, it lays one thing quite bare, which is that King Roland's hatred for Esros runs quite deep. Too deep, perhaps. So pray tell, what persuades you to take his side? We know too little about the Death Note. Through power, it would be unwise to fight a battle in which we rely on the unknown. He speaks truth. Equality under the goddess is more stable. Sorry, that's not gonna work with Gila. Gila knows how much Hyacinth sucks. I am comforted to hear that you share my concerns about the weapon.
Well, what if...
It is no lie if Gustadolf is willing to believe it will lead him to victory. Rather, I worry that it is not yet complete. Even if it were, I agree with you. We have no assurance as to its power.
Well...
Moreover, Hyacinth has a new weapon of its own. It stores of Elfric. A weapon every bit as unrefined as the Death Knell, and yet I cannot deny its power. Precisely. As a mage myself, I can only imagine what secrets it hides. So we agree that antagonizing Hyacinth is unwise, given the undeniable power of Elfric. What then will you do once we submit to Hyacinth's rule? Defeat Esros and unite Norzelia in the name of the... Ooh. Work to change the holy state from within. Let's go with the bomb one. In your capacity as one of the Saintly Seven... Exactly so. I believe I can change the way they treat the Roselle.
I wonder about that.
I fear your vision is rather fanciful, my lord. You are but one of them. They need only cast you out to be rid of your trifling rebellion. I see no logic in handing them more power and expecting them to change their ways. Indeed, such a plot would also go against Roland's desire to save Norzelia through the goddess's teachings.
But...
I know you're doing this for Frederica. 'Tis noble of you, and I commend you for it. But you cannot satisfy her and King Roland both. You must choose between them. Okay. Defeat Esros and unite Norzelia in the name of the goddess.
Well, what if...
So, you'll give King Roland the revenge he so desires. That may come to pass, yes, though I would posit that our true goal is the unification of Norzelia for the benefit of the people. A goal that must be realized if we are to hand over the domain and the salt crystals. So we fight to the last in the name of peace, unity, and equality.
But...
Very well. This is your will, and I see there is little sense in opposing it. Okay, that's one. Here we stand after a bitter fight to reclaim the crown city, only for the king to speak of forsaking it. Thank God Hewitt actually sees how dumb Roland is being right now. As his subject, it is my duty to follow his decree, and yet... My lord, the choice before us feels immense. I am utterly adrift. Pray, tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance. I stand with Roland. So you've cast your lot with King Roland. Are you certain the surrender of the kingdom is the answer? Roland is prepared to give up the throne in order to protect his people, and we should honor his resolve. Hyacin is a formidable nation with both Elfric and the goddess's shield at their disposal. We can ill afford to make an enemy of them. Let's just go with the bottom one.
No.
I've no intention of doing otherwise. I stand by my king as I always have. He's done so much. He fought with every last fiber of his being to drive Esfrost from our shores and reclaim the throne. He then saved Cordelia from their clutches, but now he'll surrender us all to the Hierophant? And for what? I'm sorry, Hewitt.
However,
my head follows his logic well, but my heart cannot. Suppose we do submit to Hyacin, my lord. What will become of us? I expect Hyacin will employ us as the first line of attack against Esfrost in the fight to unify Norzelia. Esfrost, starved of salt, will be forced to sue for peace. We will have the chance to avert war. Let's go with the bottom one.
in which case...
Yes, I imagine you're right. We will be tasked with breaking the ranks that Hyacin might strike at Esfrost down. Is it not enough that we lay the kingdom at their feet? Must we also give our lives for Hyacin? Not for Hyacin, Hewitt, for Norzelia. Roland wishes to unite the continent under the goddess, that we may save countless lives and bring peace to these lands. I see the wisdom in his vision, and offer my sword in the fight for Norzelia's people. For Norzelia's people. Very well. You both are enamored with a grand vision of the future.
Then...
Perhaps it is time I took a broader view myself. What? Indifferent to your plea. Okay. That's weird. Our sweat and blood sweat this land, built it into a proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyacin. And Lady Farika, while I sympathize, ask that we risk everything for the sake of the Vercel.
Here's what I think.
Benedict's got the right of it, I reckon, but even that doesn't quite quiet the nagging feeling I get every time I think about our options. We're going with Roland. You agree with King Roland? What are you thinking, lad? Gustadolf has taken too much from all of us. His greed cannot continue unchecked. Roland nearly tore himself apart to arrive at this decision, and I stand with my dear friend. I guess let's go with the top one. You'll hear no argument from me. Gustadolf's a lousy cur. I haven't forgotten all the blood he spilled. King Regna, the crown prince, to say nothing of taking the crown city from us. He set this painful chapter in motion, and I reckon he's what pushed King Roland to want to ally with Hyacin. He had his reasons, ending Hyacin's salt monopoly and espousing freedom among them. But he has disturbed the peace of Glenbrook, indeed, all Norzelia for too long. Ha! So it's revenge you're after.
And so?
Why didn't you say you were carrying out the royal family's revenge from the start? Oh, sorry, I skipped that. That much I can understand. And I'm sure you'll see it done, if it's the last thing you do as Lord of a High House. Oh, that was easy. Okay. Lord Serenoa. Benedict and King Roland would march us to war. Frederica would see Hyacin hunt us for all eternity. Oh, that's not... I didn't even think of that. Since... I wonder how Frederica's gonna deal with Hyacin if she's trying to go to Centralia with all the Roselle. Perhaps her vision is not so different. So it's come to this. Ally with a one-time opponent, or flee with the Roselle.
However...
Bold proposals all. Our tactics must be flawless. We're going with Roland. Tell me one thing, my lord. King Roland aims to unify Glenbrook with promises of peace for the masses. Peace he will achieve by submitting to Hyacinth and destroying Esfrost. How do you find his proposal? You said it yourself, unifying, sure. Strategically sound. The time to topple Esfrost is now. Sure, let's go with the bottom one.
In that case...
Agreed, and with the salt crystals in our possession, there may be no better opportunity. Waiting only gives them more time to prepare the death knell. Though, do you not wonder if this is merely King Roland enacting revenge? Oh, it definitely is. I take him at his word when he says he wants happiness for the masses. Though I am sure a hatred for Gustadolf still burns deep within his breast.
Then?
As is fitting, His Majesty is only human after all. Thank you. I appreciate your honesty. I pray that you do not err in the execution of your grand strategy. Your triangle strategy. I'm still sad we haven't actually seen the title and text yet. Okay, everything's done. Let's get to it.
It is time to cast our votes. The opinions before us are many. Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I agree wholeheartedly. I have made up my mind. I stand with you, Lord Serenoa.
You have my vote.
I put my faith in you, Lord Serenoa.
I have faith in you.
I decided that this is what's best for both King Roland and us all.
I'm with you.
My mind's all made up. You've got my vote, lad. Oh, I can only imagine the reaction Frederica's gonna have right now.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
I'm sorry, Frederica. I'm Benedict. Mainly Frederica, if I'm being honest.
The way forward is decided. We will stand by Roland, bend the knee to Hyzant, and unify Norzelia.
If griefs could passion move, completed. Unfortunate.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future. Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the scales of conviction have the final word. The time has come for judgments to be rendered, and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
Chapter 17, Part 2, A River of Tears.
We've chosen our path. We will submit to Hyzant and bring down Esfrost in accordance with their wishes.
Oh, Frederica's about to lose it. I just know it. There's a reason she's at the center right now, isn't there? Yep.
No. Pray. Stop and think about what you've chosen. You mean to endorse Hyzant's control and give them the world.
I know well what this means. Forgive me. I beg you.
This is how we will bring peace and equity to all Norzelia, Frederica.
That is a lie, and you know it. Every moment of peace will come at the expense of Rosellan lives. What kind of equity is that? You would free the Roselle held captive within Hyzant's walls if you cared one whit about equity.
The scales have spoken. Would that we could undo what is done. Alas, we cannot.
How could you? I thought House Wolfort might show mercy and help free my people.
I know how painful this outcome is for you. But as a member of this house, I must ask you to accept the judgment of the scales.
Serenoa, you are an honest man. One who wants to do the right thing. Truth be told, it was those very qualities that I fell in love with.
Oh no.
Frederica, please.
But now, I find it loathsome. What you would claim as righteous will destroy the lives of those who have no voice. So allow me to speak on their behalf. The Roselle do not recognize the judgment rendered by the scales of conviction. I will defend my people's right to live.
Oh.
And so challenge you to a duel.
You what?
Do you hear yourself, Frederica? Think about what you're doing.
Are we about to kill Frederica? Please tell me we aren't.
I haven't the luxury of thinking about anything else. Stand back, all of you.
I feel like if anyone should duel, shouldn't it be Roland, not
Rest your
Serenoa?
own betrothed in combat, and we may proceed with your strategy. If, however, I am victorious, I will leave House Wolfort and liberate the Roselle by myself.
Frederica, you needn't do th-
Clearly, I must do this alone. I wanted to be with you. Believe me, I did. But I cannot follow you down this path. I cannot abide the sacrifice of innocence of my kin.
Oh.
Draw your blade, Serenoa Wolford. I regret nothing, my love.
Oh no.
We have been through so much.
You didn't have to do that, Serenoa. Also, the music is kicking in. No, not this.
I was proud to count myself as your family.
As was I. There is nothing for which I would trade the time we've shared.
I'm sorry, as soon as that music kicked in, the feel started kicking in as well. No. I just realized what's happening. Well, I knew what was happening, but the music just made it so much more intense. Like... No, not Frederica. The music's going in right now. I hate Roland so much right now. Every day my hatred just goes for him. You could fight this battle for me, you know, Roland. This was your plan, hello? Like, yeah, I convinced everyone, but that doesn't mean I necessarily wanted to do this. I'm just doing this for the completionist's sake, I guess. Why did I do this to myself? Well, here we go.
Oh, but there is. I hope his friendship is worth it.
It isn't.
That's not what this is. He is committed to protecting his people, and I respect that. He has a vision for a peaceful, equitable Norzelia.
Stop lying to yourself,
One he
Serenoa.
fights for, even as it asks for the noble sacrifice of kingship and kingdom alike.
Stop defending him, Serenoa.
And the ignoble sacrifice of an entire people. How many times must I say that the Roselle live here too?
Frederica, please! I must first ensure the safety of those in the Wolfort domain. I cannot save everyone, no matter how much I might wish it were possible. My only choice was to end this war and save as many people as I could. Submitting to Hyzant's rule will ensure that all our subjects can prosper like never before. So many will finally know what it is to live in peace.
How wonderful for the people of the Wolfort domain that their lord puts them above all else. To whom can the Roselle turn for such guidance and protection?
I shall stand for them when the time comes. But for now,
they must be sacrificed. You too shall turn a blind eye. You're no different than the others.
Oh, that really hurt. I need to hear that again.
You're no different than the others.
You can just tell how deadpan that sounds. Ooh. I feel bad for Serenoa.
History is littered with those who swore they would come back for us. Liars, all. I never took you for a liar, Serenoa.
Oh no.
We have the chance to break this vicious cycle. You know we do!
enough, Frederica. I do not wish to lose you like this.
Was that firewall?
You needn't lose me at all. Just relent this foolishness. Do you remember what you told me when you welcomed me into House Wolfort? You told me this was my place now. My heart nearly burst. At last, I had a home. A place I belonged. I swore to myself I would follow you to the ends of the earth. Now I scarcely recognize that naive girl and her fanciful dreams. You have gone to the one place I cannot follow. May my powers be enough to make you see the light. On your guard!
As you wish. Come at me with everything you have.
Oh no. Is that her ultimate? Oh, it is. Why are we doing this inside of the building made out of wood? And the Wolfort domain was burned to a crisp. And everyone died inside.
You simply charge through everything, don't you? You have won, Serenoa. I submit to House Wolfort's judgment, and accept any punishment rendered upon me for rebelling against the scales.
There shall be no punishment. Nor will I force you to betray your conscience.
I don't understand.
You have made your commitment to the Roselle abundantly clear. I will not see your compassion twisted or compromised. For truth be told, it was those very qualities that I fell in love with.
Oh no, not the reverse card.
And so I would not bend your will to mine. Go. Now. While my back is turned. I pray that you stay ever true to yourself and never stop listening to your heart.
I knew there was good in you yet. You shall always have a place in my heart. Farewell, my love.
Sheila's the only one who watches her leave. That's sad. Oh no.
Wait, Frederica. I'm coming with you.
No, Sheila. You must stay. House Wolfort will need all the help they can get in the battle ahead. Please, take care of Serenoa and the others for me.
Is that truly what you wish?
I apologize for my endless selfishness. I cannot thank you enough for everything you've done for me. But now I must fulfill my own destiny.
I know you are determined to liberate the Roselle, but how will you accomplish that alone?
I will tell our story, the true history of Norzelia, to any in the realm who would listen. Of course, I do not expect their minds to change overnight. But I am sure there are those who will believe over time, and they will help me save the Roselle. And someday, there will be enough of us to shake the very foundation of the Goddess's teachings, and carve a path to freedom for my people.
That path may very well open for them, but getting there will not be easy, and the journey will be fraught with danger.
I know, but it is the path my mother walked. I will follow in her footsteps and go further than she did. I wish to see the future she could not.
It appears I have nothing left to teach you. But promise me one thing. Promise that you will live, Frederica. No matter what happens, stay strong.
I promise, Gila.
Frederica left the party. I thought we were actually gonna get in a battle and get to fight her like 1v1. I'm kinda sad we didn't get to, actually, but still, that was insane.
Determined to free the Roselle, Frederica leaves her beloved Serenoa behind. Roland reveals the salt crystal deposits to Hyzant and bends the knee, offering up everything, including the Grand Norzelian mines to the Holy State. The Holy One accepts his offer, joining the two nations in everything but name, and both Serenoa and Roland are summoned to the Hierophant's palace.
Well, that was insane. Sorry, I just needed a second. I mean, out of those three characters, the one who would hit the hardest to lose would of course be Frederica for me, just because she was like the one I hated the least out of anyone from the main cast, I think. Like, I don't hate Benedict, but I will say that his ideas are way too extreme for me. And I do hate Roland because, you know, reasons. And I do kind of understand why he did the things he did, but that doesn't mean I forgive him or anything for what he said or did. I'm surprised we didn't lose Benedict, actually, now that I think about it. I thought we were gonna lose both of them, but we just lost Frederica so far. Maybe we'll lose them in a bit. Well, let's continue the story for now. At the Congress of Saints, Idor bestows a great honor upon Roland, who has bent the knee to Hyzant. Oh, cool. Is he a Saintly 7 now or something?
The goddess has guided Glenbrook to us, and they have sworn their subservience to Hyzant.
Also, I feel really bad for Frederica. She literally just went on her own. And since she doesn't have like an army or anything beside her, because I mean, Esfrost doesn't have her back since we're about to face them. And even if they did have her back, we're about to defeat them, so we would have faced against her once again. Glenbrook doesn't have her back, and Hyzant isn't doing anything for her. I hope by the end of this, we kind of get a glimpse of Frederica maybe getting justice or something, somehow. Or maybe the Roselle are somehow set free.
The once King Roland even offered his crown, his kingdom, and his salt crystals to her. In acknowledgement of his faith, the Holy One has bestowed him the title of Saint.
So is it the Saintly 8 now?
But Sorslay's seat is already occupied by Minister Serenoa.
Or are we gonna kill Tenebris?
Indeed it is. But another is about to be vacated.
Vacated?
Oh, there we go.
Minister Tenebris, you colluded with Sorsley over the illicit salt trade, did you not?
We still haven't fought Tenebris before. Are we about to fight him right now? I hope we do, because I want to know what he does.
Furthermore, you lined your pockets with illegal funds from an underground arena.
I have no idea what you speak of. Have you any proof?
Do not feign ignorance. I received a complaint from Claris of the Consortium.
Claris? So that rat exposed me to curry favor with you.
Pray grant us your wisdom, Holy One. The Holy One has spoken. Disobeying the teachings and leveraging your position for personal gain are unforgivable sins. For your egregious offenses, Tenebrous Mistel, you must offer up 2 things to the goddess.
Your title and
The
your
first
life.
is your position as a saint.
There's one.
The second
And
is
there's
your
2.
life.
Wait! Take my title, my money, anything you want from me, but please, spare my life!
Oh. Oh. That's cool. Okay.
A bountiful day of offerings to the goddess.
Okay. I guess just another day at the Hierophant's Palace. Cool.
The arena aside, I do not think there was any decisive proof of the illicit salt trade. Is this truly the goddess's will?
Were Tenebris's own words not proof enough? Everyone is equal in the eyes of the goddess. She blesses those who believe and punishes those who do not. There are no exceptions even among saints. You would do well to remember that, Minister.
I shall.
Are you ready, King Roland?
I am.
Roland Glenbrook, do you accept the teachings of the goddess and swear to devote your life to serving her?
I do. I give her not only my life, but my kingship and kingdom, including the salt crystals beneath the very ground it was built upon. In exchange, I ask that she bestow her blessings upon all in Norzelia, and grant peace to the realm.
All in Norzelia. Am I to take it you seek our aid in overthrowing Esfrost?
I do. House Wolfort and I will serve as the vanguard.
Holy One, will you accept or deny this man's offering? Hear the Holy One's words. Roland Glenbrook, now of the Saintly Seven, you have our support in your crusade. By our strength combined, Esfrost will crumble, and Norzelia will enter a new age, one where the goddess's blessings rain down upon all.
You have my word, Your Holiness.
Urgent news, Your Grace. King Roland has renounced his crown and has been named one of the Saintly Seven. The Kingdom of Glenbrook now belongs entirely to the Holy State. The 2 nations have combined their armies and are preparing to march on Esfrost as we speak.
Roland, to think you would stoop to selling both crystals and crown to those zealots. Did you realize your own powerlessness? Or were you perhaps deceived by the Wolforts? Whatever the reason, you are but a fool who forfeited your own freedom and thus not worthy of my concern. Sicris, I leave command of Twinsgate to you. Strike down any of the goddess's minions who draw near.
Yes, sir. We will defend our freedom.
A victor must be decided before our salt supply from the mines runs dry. But this is precisely what I wanted. Will the goddess of salt finally see defeat? Or will my Esfrost itself be erased from history? The time has come to decide who reigns supreme over all Norzelia.
A River of Tears completed. Yes, please save my game after that whole scene. Oh, what is happening? Why did the...
By offering Hyzant his kingdom and the salt crystals in the earth below, Roland is awarded the title of Saint. Together with their new ally Glenbrook, the Holy State launches an invasion of Esfrost to unify Norzelia so that all may know the goddess's blessing.
Chapter 18, Begone Shadow of Sadness.
It is time we discuss our strategy for the upcoming battle against Esfrost. Who would like to begin?
I see no problem with a straightforward approach. Our combined forces should have no issue taking both Twinsgate and the capital.
A simple strategy would solve a simple problem, but ours is regrettably more complex. I just received a missive saying that some of Glenbrook's nobles are rising up against the Union. Esfrost has also agreed to support their cause and has dispatched a number of troops to that end.
So the enemy of their enemy is their ally. In the end, they are not but rabble, no?
No. There is a chance they will jeopardize the supply route for the forces heading to Esfrost. We have to suppress the rebellion first.
According to Minister Roland, the Archduke has a new weapon called the Death Snell at his disposal. Perhaps we should focus our efforts on Esfrost before they have a chance to fire it.
Each strategy is not without its merits, but will leave us exposed on one flank or another.
Then why not fight on both fronts? Minister Roland and House Wolfort will make for Twinsgate.
In the meantime, Hyzant's forces can concentrate on the insurgency in Glenbrook.
A fine plan. In which case, I will handle the nobles and Esfrosti soldiers in Glenbrook.
Minister Roland, Minister Serenoa, are you certain about this? With their backs to the wall, Esfrost will be desperate. The battle will not be easily won.
We know. But our desire to bring the goddess's blessing to all Norzelia is true.
We will capture both Twinsgate and the capital. You have our word.
Ha-ha! A formidable resolve. Allow me to join you on the field of battle.
Then we are decided. Ministers Roland, Serenoa, and Exham will make for Esfrost. And Minister Kamsel's forces will secure the supply route and subdue the rebellion in Glenbrook. This will be the last war to tarnish our great land of Norzelia. We ride to war for the goddess!
For the goddess!
Why was Roland the only one to say that?
I must be going.
Oh,
take good care of the children.
He has a wife and kids. I really love the design of the wife right there. Her outfit is so cute, and the kids are cute too. The blonde kid kind of looks like Link to me.
Of course. Be safe, dear.
You worry too much. I'm the constable of the great nation of Esfrost.
And you're about to die, unfortunately.
Anyone who meets me on the field of battle will turn tail and run.
Good luck, Papa. Let's have your favorite stew when you get back, Papa.
That is a wonderful idea. I look forward to it already.
Come back soon, okay? Promise?
I promise. You two be good now.
Oh, Sigrus.
She already knows. She knows he's dead. I feel like she must know. She must know that he's just a side character who also died in the Golden Route.
Roland bends the knee to Hyzant and shakes the kingdom of Glenbrook, leaving his people divided. Unwilling to relinquish their position of privilege, the nobles stage an uprising along with a faction of the citizens. Esfrost sends troops in support of their revolt and attempts to curtail the Hyzantian army's movements. In response, the Holy State's forces divide into two. Kamsel's army makes its way to Glenbrook to suppress the rebels. Meanwhile, Roland, House Wolfort, and Exham head toward Twinsgate, the only obstacle between them and the Duchy of Esfrost.
I think I'm gonna end off the episode here, because I think it's been pretty long. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We didn't get to do any battles this episode, unfortunately, but we at least got some character story. We're still missing Rudolph's. Hopefully we can get it in the next run, because I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen at this rate. And we definitely progressed the story a lot and had a lot of emotional turns again, as expected of the final route decision. I still hate the fact of everything that happened to Frederica, but hopefully we'll see her one last time at the ending of this route. Aside from that, I hope you enjoyed the video and look forward to next episode, when I guess we'll be getting into our first of 3 consecutive battles to come. Once again, just like the Golden Route. But yeah, look forward to next episode, and hopefully the ending of this run. Hopefully it comes soon. Okay, bye.